G'day. I'm just about to head into the city to pick up Tara, and tonight we dine at the Baiyoke restaurant. It's a buffet in Bangkok, and we're being joined by a subscriber, a very interesting guy. He has a French accent, he's Italian, and he lives in Switzerland with his Thai wife. So it should be a very interesting evening.
Don't need to be no rich hand. Everyone just needs a hand to hold on to.
Our restaurant is the Bangkok Balcony on the 81st floor. And if you suffer from vertigo, it's not the restaurant for you.
Thank you very much.
This is just for you.
And then we decide to move on to take the decision if we want or not to be married. It's all of that, and she get the visa on mid of May,
Yes.
and we're getting married on 8th of July. And since then, she's in Switzerland with me. So, of course, it's difficult for someone from Thailand to get the French. At the beginning, it was a little bit tough, and now she's speaking pretty well, I would say, the French.
Yes.
And
What 5 years already?
yeah, 5 years,
If I
yes.
cannot speak French, how I can stay? How I can work over there?
Yeah, that is another thing that is very difficult for people coming from Asia, and especially from Thailand. It's very difficult to get a job for foreigners in Switzerland. Very, very. You talking about?
My friend, she work at her day, work at home and not put the sleeper.
Ah.
And you complain.
Oh, that is another thing.
Thai style.
Yeah, the Thai style,
They have
yeah,
a
yeah.
table to eat. They eat on the ground in the floor.
But it doesn't make any sense. I say to my wife, okay, they eat on the ground. Okay. They don't want to eat on a
You
table.
cannot stay in the ground.
You cannot stay on table. Okay, no problem. They're sleeping on the ground because they don't want to sleep in a bed because
มีเตียงก็ไม่นอน
they used to sleep
ก็ชอบ
on
มา
the
นอน
ground.
ปูเสือนอนด้วยกันหน้าทีวี
So when they're
นอน
watching
กอด
the
กัน
TV,
ตี
they
กัน
want to stay on
หัว
the
บอก
sofa.
เธอก็มีห้องคนละห้อง
Why?
เธอไม่เข้าไปนอนบอก
If you
ฉัน
want
อยาก
to,
ใช้ชีวิต
if
แบบ
you
ฉันนอนกับพ่อ
love to
กับ
stay
แม่
on the
เลี้ยง
ground, why
กัน
you
นะ
want to watching the TV sitting on the sofa? It doesn't make any sense. Either you do everything on the same way, not doing half, but it's about the Mukdahan home. We speak about that, and my wife, she thinks it might be a good idea to do a kind of guest house, to
Guest
renting
homestay.
to rent because it is a quite
The big
big house. We have several rooms, so we might renting the room on a daily basis. And if I see myself to
Next
retire
my
over there,
home,
no.
have a shopping mall,
Definitely not,
Macro,
because it's far from many
everywhere,
things I
have
enjoy.
work here and want to
I
rent
really
a-
enjoy Bangkok.
rent a room.
That is I have adopted Bangkok like my city. I really love it. I don't care about the traffic jam. For me, it's not a big deal. It's part of the city. Probably in about 10 years, there will be not anymore all these traffic jam with all
Forget
the.
it.
Come on, they're expanding the
You're thinking
network from
Bangkok, not
the
for
BTS
traffic,
network.
whatever.
This start to be larger, and probably in about 10
You
years
see
you will
how
not
from
see.
rich person how working on
Oh,
five
he's
car.
very optimistic.
Yeah, a five
Come
car.
on,
Yes.
come on.
Mistake.
Come on, I'm
Little
sure it will be
percent.
better. I'm sure it
Five
will be
car at
better.
home,
It
six
will
car
be,
at home.
how the speed they do everything. I'm sure within the 10 years from now, the city will change and will be ready for really ready for the 21st century. It will be a modern and beautiful city.
So do you think Thailand, they do things quickly?
Yeah.
We had a bridge, a 1 kilometre bridge constructed near our place. It took them 11 years to build that 1 kilometre stretch of bridge.
I would be very glad to have I don't know, a house or a condominium or whatever.
Calm down.
Thank you. Calm down, thank you. It was supposed to be for several people, and we take one for
One
each.
glass for one person.
And it was full of alcohol, this thing. So the people, the waiters, when they bring that to our place, they start to laughing about us, and we were like, oh, like nothing special. And when you start to drink it, it's full of alcohol. And you say,
มอง
oh,
หน้ากันหลักๆเลยล่ะ
we are in a big trouble now.
2 hour wait taxi I cannot get อีก 2 hour just wait taxi
Now, the worst part with the taxi in Bangkok is when you are in some
แต่ญี่
place
ปุ่นนี่
and
แบบ
you ask
น่า
them to
ทึ่
go
ง
to
อะ
one place and
amazing
they say
อะ
no, no, no. Either,
Japan just amazing อะ everything organized is
in Japan is everything organized, but we never take a taxi over there because they look like very old in Tokyo, the taxi.
แต่
And
แท็กซี่เขาเก่า
were
แล้ว
a
ดู
little
เก่า
bit,
เนาะ
what's going on? What kind of taxi?
Yeah, I loved it. Japan, they give foreigner a discount.
Yeah.
Thailand, they
foreigners.
charge foreign extra.
discount
Discount for foreigner. Just show your passport.
And yeah, it's also very easy like in Bangkok with the BTS. You cannot be lost with the BTS. There is only 2 lines.
it's easy
The Baiyoke Sky Hotel has restaurants on 8 separate floors of the building and also a rooftop bar on the 83rd floor. It costs 400 baht to get onto the rooftop bar, and that includes the price of your first drink.
Yeah, but it can be dangerous in Bangkok if you do that. You can fall down. You know there are many holes everywhere. And my wife said, "Be careful when you walk. Don't walk on this kind of area because I see on the internet that some people fall inside." I say, "Avoid, walk around." So when I walk now, I walk all the time around of these places. I don't know if you do the same, but it's like I'm very scary when she said that for me. Where did came this kind of?
Not just people walking and chatting, it's people driving and people riding motorbikes who are chatting as they ride the motorbike as well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this kind of guy, but it would be interesting. Yeah, but
Daily, I see it daily.
But we are talking about one of the country which has more circulation accident of the world. I think it's over 10,000 people dying every year in Thailand on roads.
It's probably more. They're number 1 in the world now.
They are number 1.
Yeah.
number one in the world
And that is something really strange that the
5%
government haven't
Crave
decided to do anything against that because it's like you cut your population, how you can handling this kind of things. For me, it doesn't make any sense. I go out of a small road to go to
the main road
the main road. So what you do, you look on the right, the circulation come, and then come from the left because I was concentrated to see what's going on this side. Come on my left, a young guy, maybe
motorcycle
12 or 13 years old, and me, I said, needed to crash with this young guy. I mean, you can kill someone without.
เขาสวนเลนมา
But
ไง
that-
คะเราก็ฝรั่ง
It's
เขาก็จะแบบ
just crazy.
เนียนสติงมากไม่มองมันอ่ะทั้งที่เราก็มองแค่ฝั่งเดียวใช่ไหมเราก็ไปอะไรเงี้ย
To get a motorcycle. Yeah, but that for me is difficult to understand. Perhaps I'm coming from a country like you, where everything you have to have the drive license to drive this kind of things. You have to have a minimum age of 15, 16 or 17 years old. And you have to do an exam to getting these kind of things. And you have to respect, if you don't respect that, your driving license is cut. My wife couldn't understand when she arrived in Switzerland.
แพนจะกินข้าว
Why the
Let's see
shops
what you want to
closing
eat.
at 6:30 in the evening?
ถามไปจะกินอาทิตย์หน้าบอกพรุ่ง
Why
นี้
the
ค่อย
shops are not open on Sunday? Why we have to pay for healthcare insurance at this kind of price? because we pay very high price for healthcare
And plan
insurance.
for eat for the next week.
And plan to eat for the next week. Plan everything has to be planned earlier to be done in Switzerland. You cannot wake up in the morning here like, oh, let's do it that. In Switzerland, no way. No way, no chance. You want to have a dinner in a restaurant, you have to book it at least a week before. And that is something for my wife was a bit difficult to used to do, and even today it's very difficult, especially on Sunday. It's like for you, it makes you crazy to not go to buy food on Sunday. No shops open. Many times she said, do you think this shopping, even in France, because we are very close of France, where we stay in Geneva, we are next to France, and France have a little bit more disponibility to go to the shopping mall, but even not all of them are open on Sunday. And if they are open only on Sunday morning. And the other thing that is really different between Thailand and Switzerland, if you want to go to the shopping mall in Thailand, they are not open before 10 o'clock, but they are open from 10 to 10. In Switzerland, they are open at 8.
No, 7 o'clock.
7:30 in the morning.
เช้ามาก เปิดเช้ามาก 6 โมงก็ปิด
But at 6:30 in the evening, they are closed. So basically, you finish work at 6, and you have people running to go to buy some food, to have a chance to have some food. Otherwise, you are gone. So everybody, what they're doing on Saturday, because nobody works. I mean, everyone who works on banks or insurance or whatever, they don't work on Saturday and Sunday. So the first things you have to do on Saturday is to buy food. But the biggest things you have to buy on Saturday, if you have to buy the water, you have to buy on Saturday. The milk, the eggs, the meat. You have to plan a week before what you want to eat during all the week. And that is a bit difficult. Especially for her, she comes from Thailand. She never cooked before she come in Switzerland. It was something like, why I should cook? I go down there on the street there, like you did a video, you have all the food come to you.
The home delivery.
Home delivery. Food delivery because it costs a lot. Portion of pasta. Total cost for 2 people would be about 3 or 4 Swiss francs, $3 or $4. If you getting from the delivery, it can go up to 20, 25 Swiss francs per people. That means 40 to 50 Swiss francs for 2 people. You cannot do it that every day. It costs so much. Your salary is not enough to afford these kind of things. So my wife, when she started to the life with me in Switzerland, what she did during the first year, she was screaming and watching many videos in YouTube to look how to cook many dishes. And now she's a very nice cook. She's a very good cooker.
And I work in restaurant.
And she works in a restaurant today.
Because of YouTube. In the bed.
So it's very useful,
ทำ
YouTube
ให้กับ
for
ข้าว
that.
เดินตามข้างทางแล้วก็มีกินแล้วก๋วยเตี๋ยวชามเดียวอิ่มหนูเดินจัดสเปย์30 บาทเอง
Yeah,
Voilà.
you can eat for 30 up to. Okay, you are maybe a foreigner and you want some meat or whatever. You would pay maybe 150 baht, which is still very cheap. But in Switzerland, it's not possible. It's definitely not possible. You have to buy the meat, you have to buy everything, and you have to prepare. You have to put on a refrigerator. You have to put a portion for this day, and also for the vegetables. You have to buy on Saturday, and it's difficult to have fresh vegetables every day because you bought them on Saturday. So maybe by the mid of the next week, they are not so fresh anymore.
Tara and I would like to thank Fabrizio and Warissa for their very generous invitation to dinner. It was a wonderful evening, great conversation and great company. Thanks so much. The dinner consisted of menu options that we selected when we arrived, and there's also the buffet where you can choose food that you want. But honestly, we were too busy with conversation, and we found that the food that we had initially was just enough to have us satisfied. If you've been watching Tara and I for any length of time, you know that we can't do without our dessert. So that's one thing we did do, was head to the desserts bar.
And for you, it's fine. Your husband doing many videos.
Yes. Sometimes embarrassing. I don't want you on the video. I'm shy.
You are shy.
Thanks for watching. You're so Jaidee. And don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, click like, and if you loved it, subscribe. Take care.